Welcome back to another episode of An Interview with. Today, I have the lovely Mr. Garkster. Hello, hello, hello.
Hi, bro. Good morning.
Good morning. um, how's the weather there?
Shitty, like usual. It's Michigan for you, though.
Yeah, is it still
Yeah.
snowing?
I mean, we got a light snow, but not much.
I'm looking out the window right now, and we've got like quarter-sized snowflakes falling right now.
Yeah, I mean, we have big snowflakes. Not that big, but we have big enough.
Well, I meant right now. I'm watching. It's coming down pretty decent.
Yeah, ours is like a very, very light snowfall with big flakes.
Yeah, it's oof. So, as I have stated, and I will continue to ask this question until it's no longer a thing. So COVID's a thing. How
Yes.
has your family been dealing with it?
Never got it once.
Yeah.
This whole time, not once. The wife's got it twice,
Oof.
probably. Me,
Ooh.
not once.
Yikes. Yeah, I know. My family's been good.
Good.
My wife and I haven't had it yet that we know of.
Right.
But I know that my my mom, my dad, and my sister all they've got it. Like not now, they did have it. Um yeah. Oof. Which is rough because my February of 2020, before everything locked down, my gram actually had a heart valve replacement.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good to get with COVID.
Yeah. Well, she also has COPD. Yeah. So I found out that my gram got COVID while I was actually with you guys.
Oh, so
Yeah.
when you were up here in Michigan, that's when she got COVID?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I was trying to, I mean, it's rough to have fun when you're visiting somewhere else,
Right.
you
And
know,
then having
with
something like
that.
that happen.
But I knew my gram's a fighter, 100% a fighter. So I knew that she was gonna pull through,
That's
you know.
good.
But yeah. Speaking of which, so where are you from?
Michigan.
Michigan. Oh.
Yeah. The state that you just visited.
But they don't know.
Fine.
Oh man, yeah, this COVID thing,
It needs to go away.
it needs to just end. It
It's not
really
going to,
does.
though.
Not for a little bit. Not for a little bit. Um, I apologize again if you hear some like clinking or I have a cough drop in. I'm pretty sure I had the flu. That's why I said not confirmed.
You don't know. It's either the flu or it's COVID, but 9 times out of 10 doctors are going to say, hey, it's COVID.
Well, yeah, it's. I know that I was running a low grade fever for only one day. I only had the fever the one day. It was ranging between like 99.1 and 100.7. So
That's how the wife was when she had COVID.
Yeah,
She had a fever one day, and then after it broke, she started to start feeling better and whatnot, and then the cough and whatnot stayed with her for about a week and a half.
That's pretty close to what I've got.
Mine so maybe started... you did have COVID.
I was gonna say I took a personal day last week on Thursday.
Oh, I remember.
Because that was the day that I had the fever.
Nope.
Yep.
No, you kept bopping in and out of fucking Discord whenever you could.
Yeah, it's a lot. I sound so much better now, but dude, I sounded like garbage, hot garbage. Like I really did. I was like super deep voice, and it was like this, you know.
Oh yeah.
So, you and I met because of gaming, right?
Yeah.
Right. What game was it though? So I know Austin, because Austin and I met through gaming. We played a lot of Call of Duty. in the failed esports team.
I honestly don't remember what game we played.
What game
Because
was it?
me and you did not start playing until I got my PC because I was always on my Xbox.
I know.
The only one I could
can't
think
remember.
would be Phasmo.
No. That's not what started. I don't even remember.
And me neither. I can't think of it.
Yeah. Anyways. So what type of games do you play?
I mean, all sorts of games. I'm down to try any kind of game.
Yeah.
Honestly, it doesn't really bother me. Except for, I'd say like something like Destiny 2 kind of gets me tired for some reason. I don't know why.
Destiny itself, that both of them. Like the first one was kind of cool because there was missions. Like there was an actual campaign. I haven't touched the second one. I have it. I'm looking at it right now on my desktop. But I don't know. I don't know, man.
It's something you got to play with. You got to play friends. You can't just play that by yourself. Me, I'm not a solo gamer. I like playing with other people. And yes, that sounds dirty. Intended that way. It's fine.
So if you had to choose a favorite game, what would be your favorite game?
I'm gonna have to go with Rocket League. I mean,
Rocket League?
Yeah, that's probably one of the top games I'm actually good at, or fairly decent.
Yeah. Okay. So Rocket League. So then, on the flip side of that, growing up, did you have games?
No, not really. Honestly,
Really?
I mean, of course, everybody's had a Nintendo. I mean, anybody
Which
and
one?
everybody that the original Nintendo, the fucking yeah.
Yep. Because I started out with the regular Nintendo, and then I switched to the I got something in my eye. I switched to the Super Nintendo / Sega Genesis.
Yep. No, never had a Genesis.
Ooh.
Never had a 64.
I never had a 64.
Yeah, no, we had the Nintendo, and then we had a PlayStation 2, and that was it.
Really?
And we had select games. It was mainly whatever games my dad wanted, which he was mainly sports.
Okay.
And no, most of the time when I was growing up, I was either outside terrorizing the neighborhood or beating the heck out of my brothers.
Oof. I mean, that's always, So when you did play, what was your favorite game playing? To play growing up?
Oh, when I did play?
Yeah.
Simpsons Road Rage.
Simpsons. Oh my
Simpsons
God.
Road Rage on PlayStation 2. That game was fantastic.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, hey.
Either that or Sly Cooper.
Oh.
Sly Cooper was another good game.
That's such an underrated game.
Sly Cooper was fun. That was, I think that was my mom's favorite. That and Voodoo Vince. After we did finally get an Xbox.
Okay. See, mine. It depends on where you're talking about. Like, if you're talking about before I was, before I was 15. So I grew up with the regular Nintendo. Well, to be honest, I partial with the Atari 2600. Partial. But then mainly the regular Nintendo, Super Nintendo / Sega Genesis, and then the GameCube. I grew up with those four clear until I was about 15. So I have an uncle that's younger than me. Okay. Huh. Long story short, I was born about 4 or 5 years later. My grandfather, I was born, but before I was born, my grandmother and grandfather divorced. They got split up, right?
Right.
So then I was born 4 or 5 years later. My grandfather got with someone much, much younger and had a kid.
I mean, I guess that works.
He got with somebody younger than his youngest daughter.
Ooh.
My mom. My mom is the youngest. Yeah.
I mean,
Hey, more power to him. Whatever.
right.
So, yeah, I have an uncle that's younger than me. Okay. And he's not too smart. Now, this is going to make me sound like a horrible person. I know that growing up, I was kind of not a good person.
Right.
Okay.
It happens.
On occasion, I was a decent person, but my uncle,
cops. It's fine.
I had an MP3 player.
Okay.
My sister had one. My cousin had one, but my uncle did not. Right. And he saw mine. He's like, "Oh, can I have it? Can I have it? I'll trade you." I'm like, first of all, what are you going to trade me? What do you have that you're going to trade me? And he's like, I'll give you my Xbox. His Xbox original with all his games, which was like 9 games, plus the 3 controllers, 2 wired, 1 wireless. And I'm like, you realize it's a bad trade, right? He's like, I don't care. I want an MP3 player. I told him. So in my defense, I told him 3 separate times it was a bad trade.
Right.
That it's not worth it. He said all 3 times, I don't care. I want an MP3 player.
Whatever.
Okay.
At that point, it's on him.
At that point, so
Right.
I traded him. I even gave
would
him
too.
2 pairs of headphones, good headphones.
Oh, there you go. Fuck it.
Yeah. The skull candy, the wired skull candy ones.
Yeah.
Oh, I gave him 2
Those are
pairs
good
of
ones.
those.
Ooh.
Yeah. So we made a fair trade. So about when I was 15 is when I had the original Xbox. And fun fact, my username, I'm so mad. I have the original Xbox, right? I'm a person of habit. I don't like to change things, which is why.
Oh yeah, no, I'm the same way.
My username has always been BW Paco. Everything. Because I don't like to change it. My username, whenever I had Xbox Live on the original Xbox, was Filthier Monkey. Yep,
that's funny.
It was the default username. Like I can't think of one. Decide one for me.
That's what I had. I can't remember. I think mine was like Grease Monkey or something like that. I don't remember. But after that, I changed mine to Garkster, and then for the longest time, that's what it was, and now it's Mr. Garkster.
Okay. Yeah, I Filthier Monkey was mine. But back to what I was asking. So if you asked me before, like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, my hands down favorite game was probably Mortal Kombat. Either 2 or 3.
See, I'd always get my ass kicked in Mortal Kombat. That's why I was like,
I was always pretty good at it. Then you switch to the GameCube. My hands
Pokemon
down,
Coliseum.
like 2. I have to narrow it down to 2. Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker. Oh, such a good game. Such a good game. And Smash Bros. Melee.
Pokemon Coliseum, bro.
Don't get me wrong. We had Pokemon Coliseum and Gale of Darkness for the GameCube. We did. But it's just, I don't know. I never really got into the Pokemon scene.
See, that's what I'm waiting for. They're talking about doing a remake for Coliseum.
Really?
Yeah, they're talking about remastering it and putting it on the Switch, and that's what I'm waiting for. And I tell you what, if it does, I don't give a shit how much it is. I'm getting it.
Okay. So, like, we know you play Rocket League.
Yep.
What is your favorite genre to play? If you had to choose a genre. Because I know you play Battlefield 42. I know that you used to play Warzone. You still play Siege.
I like my shooters. I was going to say, most of them, if I'm not playing Rocket League, any other game, I'm usually on a shooter type of game. So I'd probably have to go like shooter.
Okay. First person, third person?
Don't matter.
Don't matter? Okay.
Yeah, don't matter.
Yeah, I, as you know, right now, my favorite to play is Valorant. Dude, I don't know what it is. It's a love-hate relationship. I love playing it, I
Love to
hate the
hate it.
people. I hate the people that play.
That's the same thing with any game. I mean, same thing I deal with in Rocket League. Can't go on competitive solo queue because the people in there, even though they're your rank, they're stupid as hell.
Yeah, yeah. I feel you on that one. Valorant, man, and now I don't know. I get that you deal with that on the regular. You get Smurf accounts, people that create a new
Oh yeah.
account, and then they go into
Yep.
ranked, and it's like, dude, there is no way you are unranked.
Yep.
I just dealt with it the other night. I was playing Valorant, and this one guy, unranked, just mopped the floor with us. He won like 28-2. And I'm like, there's no way you're unranked. No way.
That's
Okay.
got to be a secondary account.
Has to be. Because the rest of them were irons, and it's like, nah, no. What happened is that's your friends. You want to play with your friends.
And he's too high of a rank.
Yep, but your main account is too high of a rank.
Oh, that's why when I play with Fats and Smith and them, my rank, I had to wait until the next season to be unranked and them to be unranked, and then we pushed together. That's the only way I was able to play with them. And I still can't do tournaments with them because they're in a gold tournament bracket and I'm in diamond. So I mean, I can't really just be like, oh yeah, here, have fun in diamond.
Yeah, here, get your butthole absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's either that or you get the cheaters. Now, I don't think Rocket League has too many cheaters at all.
You can. I mean, the main thing that you could probably do is I think they can adjust it where your car goes a little bit faster and you get unlimited boost. But other than that, I don't think there's anything else you can really cheat on.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you have, I would say it's called aim assist, kind of like how Heat Seeker is, where you hit it and the angle is automatically going to project it towards the net.
Okay.
But other than that, there's not really too much of cheaters. There's just more or less Smurfs.
Yeah, yeah. Smurf being somebody who created an account, even though they're higher rank, they created a new account that's so low level. Yeah. Sorry, I wanted for those listening and viewing.
Oh, you're good.
In case they don't know what a Smurf is.
Not gonna lie, I do have a Smurf account, but mine's for a totally different reason. I did get banned on Rocket League for 2 weeks before. So in order for me to play my Rocket League, I had to play on a different account.
What'd you get banned for?
Inappropriate messaging. Being toxic. I mean,
good job. Good job.
Happens.
See, oh my God, my favorite thing. Okay, so you know sports, right?
Right. Yeah.
Right. So my favorite thing to say in Valorant, if people are on the other team getting toxic, to prevent myself from, because I can. Oh my God, I can be toxic.
Yeah, no.
I can get real toxic real quick, right? So to prevent myself from getting real toxic real quick, what I like to do is, Marshawn Lynch?
Yep.
Okay. Do you remember when he skipped the press conferences?
Yep.
And he got fined for it?
Yeah.
So the very next one, his response to every question was, I am here so I don't get fined.
I'm here so I don't get fined. Yes.
I say that every single time. Every single time. When they're like, oh, you suck, blah, 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 blah. I'll be like, I'm here so I don't get fined. That is my response to them. It's not toxic. What are you gonna? What are you gonna do? Report me for toxicity?
Yeah, but see, at that point, man, that's honestly it's 360 days.
But see,
bad lobbies in the 360 days, toxic. It's hell.
Well, see, on this one, it's chat. It's global chat. So I'll type that. And it's great because what are they going to do? Report me for toxicity? Okay. What's so toxic about saying I'm here so I don't get fined?
So you don't get fined.
You're not going to win that. You're not going to win that. And it's great. I was playing, was it unrated with a bunch of buddies the other day? And we were down So Valorant, if you know Valorant, it's first one to win 13 rounds. So that means you could go 12 and 12. And then the next one, it's sudden death, whoever wins, right? Well, this one, the other team was winning 9-2, I think it was. Or what? No, it was 8-3. No, 8-4 at half. That's what it was. It was 8-4 at half. And again, I'm here so I don't get fined. And they kept saying they're like, yeah, sure, go for it, blah blah blah, or something. They said something rude about it. So I'm like, okay, all right, I got you. I'm here so I don't get fined. And then they typed muted. And it kept going, right? So then we were bringing it back. We eventually brought it 9-8.
Damn.
And after every round we won, after every single round, I said, I'm here so I don't get fined. They raged quit.
Did they really?
They did. They surrendered. They were winning 9-8 and they surrendered.
I mean, I guess that works.
I'm pretty sure it was because I said, I'm here so I don't get fined. And it's funny because, like, I don't know. I don't even know why I did it. For some reason, it just popped into my head the one time I was playing, and I started to get real toxic back. And I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this. All right. I'm here so I don't get fined. I think
it works.
I think it's the best, you know? I told my wife that, and she died laughing. She's like, I'm going to use that. I'm going to use that every time I go to like a family function or something. I'm here so I don't get fined.
That's what I definitely need to do now.
Yeah, right. Oh, man. So speaking of Marshawn Lynch, it's a shame what happened to that guy, you know?
Yeah, I mean, he was decent, powerhouse.
Yeah.
But
Mr. Seattle, then Oakland, only to go back to Seattle for one more season.
Happens.
Why go back, though?
I mean, maybe he thought he was going to get more playing time, but obviously the Seahawks moved on from his ass.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, hey. So, sports. Sports.
Have some sports.
Sports. It's like that cat. Drugs. So, I'm assuming you watch football.
Yes.
And I'm assuming this Sunday you'll be watching football.
Oh yeah.
You know.
I just don't know who to root for though.
I'm 100% rooting for the Rams.
I know you are. You don't like Joe Burrow.
I didn't say I don't like Joe Burrow. It's not that I don't like Joe Burrow. So in case you're listening to this podcast in the future, whenever, we're approaching Super Bowl Sunday. It's today's Tuesday. It's this Sunday. So we're less than a week away. It is the Cincinnati Bengals versus the LA Rams. And I, as a Steelers fan, cannot stand the Cincinnati Bengals. Can't stand them. Everyone's like, well, why aren't you rooting for who's in your division? No.
Nah, that's not how it works sometimes.
That is not how. We hate everyone in our division. Like, hate with a burning passion. You know? Less so the Browns, just because it's the Browns.
Fucking Browns. It's the
Browns. You know? I mean, don't get me wrong, we still dislike the Browns, but we hate the Bengals and we hate Baltimore.
Well, yeah, because those are the two teams that you have to really worry about contending.
Mm-hmm. Well, not only that, but every time we play them, it's always a much, much more physical game. A much, much more physical game. Like, don't get me wrong, we still hate the Browns because screw Myles Garrett. You know, who rips I think he should have got worse. I think he should have got worse than what he did. Not because I'm a Steelers fan, but because you don't rip a quarterback's helmet off and then hit him with his helmet.
Didn't he get like a 10-game suspension though?
He got for the rest of the season. Yes,
Yeah.
it was for. That's not enough.
Ugh. Well, I mean,
What
they
do you,
also fined him money.
that man should have served jail time for assault.
I mean, you're not wrong, but
Any other person,
was
if that would have
working,
been,
so
if he would have done that off the field to anyone, he would have been in jail for assault.
oh yeah, no, most definitely, just like Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just a shame. I think I have him on my team.
Oof. Oof.
Looks like I'm dropping somebody, making some off-season plays.
I just don't understand how you can make so much money and then just piss it away like that.
Yeah.
Why?
But the point is the Steelers still hate the Browns. But I think that man should have got the rest of that season and one more season.
It's all right. I can't stand the Packers.
Well, that's because you're a Lions fan.
Packers to us is like the Bengals to you.
Mm-mm. Our number one's the Ravens. The Ravens has always been our
team
biggest rival. Honestly, think about it. Like back in the day, you had Ed Reed.
Oh yeah, that defense was a wrecking.
Mr. Lewis himself.
Big man Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis. And then on our side, you had Palomalu. And on the offense, to give it back to the Ravens, Hines Ward, not afraid to hit someone. That man was not afraid to hit someone.
Oh yeah, no, most definitely. Did you know? All right, fun fact. Ray Lewis said there was one running back that he was scared of when he played.
Jerome Bettis.
Yep. Jerome Bettis, the bus himself.
Hey.
One of my favorite players of all time, by the way.
Jerome Bettis?
Yep. I've always been a fan of Jerome Bettis. He was one of my top running backs.
Pre or during Steelers?
Huh?
Pre-Steelers or during Steelers?
During Steelers.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, we got him from the Rams, right?
No, I actually didn't. I didn't know he played for the Rams. So I thought
I think he played for 3 seasons with the Rams.
Okay.
And then we got him from the Rams.
Huh?
Bet to the Rams didn't like that. They're like, damn, should have kept him.
Well, yeah, the guy was pretty much a Pro Bowler every season. He was with the Steelers. Yeah, I was gonna say every season that he was in the Pro Bowl.
The guy never dropped the ball. He in his entire career, like I'd have to look up the stats. In fact, actually, let me look it up while I'm talking.
I was gonna say I don't think he really lost too many yardage.
No, Jerome Bettis.
Most of the time he was pushing forward. He at least always gained yardage.
Oh yeah. So he's from Detroit. Jerome Bettis, born Detroit, Michigan. High school, Detroit Mackenzie.
Okay.
Went to Notre Dame. Was the first round pick number 10 in the 93 draft. Yeah. LA/St. Louis Rams. He played from 93 to 95. Then he was with the Steelers from 96 to 05. Rushing yards, 13,664. Yards per carry, 3.9. Rushing touchdowns, 91. Receptions, 200. Receiving yards, 1,457. Receiving touchdowns, 3. So what's his stats though? Because I can only recall one fumble. Now I'm not saying he didn't fumble. Right. Yeah, see, okay. He had quite a few. So, oh my God. So he played when it was the LA Rams the first time. 93 was the LA Rams. 94 was the LA Rams. 95 was St. Louis Rams. And then 96 to his retirement in 05 was the Steelers.
And now we're back to the LA Rams again.
Yeah. So starting from his first season all the way till he dropped 0. He fumbled 0 times his last season. 0. Now he had significantly less yardage, but
Well, yeah, but that's what happens when you start to slow down.
really games started. So he played in all 12, or he played in 12 of these games in 2005, but he didn't start a single one.
Wow.
Well, we had Willie Parker. Willie Parker was
Yeah, that's
wasn't a
right. Because
great one.
Le'Veon Bell didn't come into the pros until 11.
20. I thought it was 2012, but
Yeah, maybe.
so fumbles, right? From his starting year till his end year. 3, 5, 4, 6, 6, 2, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 0.
So I
So
mean, that's still not bad.
as you can see, the man's known for not dropping the ball.
Right.
The one fumble that I can actually remember was it the wild card. I know it was in playoffs against the Colts. We were at the 3-4 yard line, gave it to him to push in, right down the middle, fumbles the ball.
Yep.
It was towards the end of the game. The Colts recovered it and they started running it back. It was Ben's shoestring tackle. They ran it back down to like the 40-yard line, and Big Ben, our quarterback, literally tackled the guy by gripping his shoestrings. Saved Bettis from having that memory.
Right. The mistake.
That mistake. So good. I mean, good for Bettis, man. Bettis is a wonderful player.
Oh yeah.
So glad he's in the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely deserves.
So, what do you play any sports?
When I was younger, I used to play football, but never for high school. I mean, never for school. I mean, I did flag football, but
okay.
I never really cared to get into the sport too much. I mean, I played. The coach wanted me to play, but I told him no because I'm sorry, they do favoritism. They do.
You hate to see that. That's yeah.
I mean, there's some kids that get on a team and they never get to see really any much playtime.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the things that annoyed me the most. So I just never got into it.
That's one of the reasons why I stopped playing baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I was a relief pitcher. Got an arm. I was a relief pitcher before we switched schools. Played outfield. I had an arm. I had such an arm that I could throw it to home from the outfield. Like when I say I still do. So I play slow pitch softball.
Okay.
I don't know if you're familiar with how slow pitch softball works.
Yeah.
So I don't play outfield anymore because the league that I play in found out that I can pitch.
Oof.
And they're like, listen, we're always struggling for pitchers. So now that we know you can pitch, you're signing up as a pitcher. And if you don't sign up as a pitcher, I mean, unless you really, really don't want to, we're going to sign you up as a pitcher. So we're going to put you in the pitcher pool.
Oh, I guess that works.
Well, so the first 2 years of playing in this league, I played in this league for, I want to say 5 seasons. The first season I played, we won it. There were 6 teams, we won, and we actually won, which was cool. Jack, sorry, my dog. For those watching, I apologize about the camera shake. My dog keeps bumping the tripod that my camera's on.
Fine.
Lay down, bud. For those listening, that's why I'm saying Jack. No. But for the first season we won, and I had it's an issue that I had. They kept yelling at me, "You gotta hit the cutoff." No, I don't. No, I don't. I almost. So there was I'll never forget it. It was the championship game of that first season, right? I was left field. Okay. So I was down third base line. Okay. It was a pop up. It was like mid outfield. And I'm like, okay, I got it. Boom. The guy didn't, he was like walking back to first. He was already at second base. He was like walking / half jogging. And I'm like, that's what you're going to do? Okay, watch this. I whipped that ball the whole way to first base. She caught it and almost tagged him in time.
Oof.
I'm like, dude, don't disrespect me like that. Don't disrespect our team like that. You're in the championship, the final game, and you're gonna do that. Get that out of here. But yeah, so I got a heck of an arm. We switched schools. I was a relief pitcher. I was outfield until they needed a relief, and then I came in and pitched. I was good friends with the Jack, go lay down. Lay down. Anyways, I was good friends with the pitcher and his dad. My family was good friends with his family. So he never played favoritism. Now, I questioned a little bit because it was his son that started. It was the starting pitcher. But he was good. He was good.
I mean, if he's good enough to back it up, then, by all means, because, I mean, you can't have a pitcher play every single game. You have to have the pitcher rest. See, baseball, it's different. But, I mean, you can kind of see it to a point.
Well, no, he was good. Brett Hankinson was his name. Kid was, I mean, he was good, And the other, I'm not trying to discredit him. He was a good pitcher. But he also was tall and lanky. So he had that arm,
Right.
He had the reach to bat, like... I was not as tall as him. I mean, I just wasn't. Like even now, I think the kid's like 6'2".
Damn.
Yeah, but he's got long arms.
Oh yeah.
I'm 6 foot.
5'11".
But yeah, no, it was fun. And then we switched schools. So the favoritism, going back to the favoritism, with the favoritism, we switched schools. And if you didn't have the last name, you didn't play. So I didn't play. They never put me in. I'm like, dude, wow. My parents told the coach. I told the coach, listen, I'm a relief. I was a relief pitcher before coming here. I played outfield before coming here. I've got an arm. I can throw. I've thrown people out from outfield. And well, before we switched schools, not the local newspaper, but for the newspaper for the county.
Right.
They often featured baseball games like the games that I played in. And every single time my name was in, I still have them as newspaper clippings up in my parents' attic.
Heck yeah.
I was always in the newspaper because I was known for getting on base. I'd go 5 for 5. I'd go 4 for 5. I'd go 4 for 4. Like very few games did I bat that I wasn't on base. I was known for being a good batter. It is what it is,
It is what it is.
And I showed the coach the one time I got so mad that I wasn't playing. So I showed the coach, look, see this? Yeah. So how many strikeouts? I can't see that. Does that say 10 strikeouts? Me? Does that my name with 10 strikeouts? Nope. Favoritism, man. I didn't have the last name.
It happens. It sucks.
It didn't help that I was bullied. Like when we switched schools, I went from Berlin Brothers Valley Mountaineers, Mountaineers being a mountain man, school colors blue and white, to the Winber Ramblers, Ramblers being a mountain man, school colors being blue and white.
What?
Yeah. They didn't like each other. They weren't exactly rivals, like arch rivals, but they definitely didn't like each other. So because I moved, they bullied me. And then because they didn't have the last name, I never played. So I stopped playing baseball.
Yeah.
Which sucks because I loved playing baseball.
It's fine.
Anyways, do you watch baseball at all?
Man, I follow the Tigers, but not really.
Go Tigers.
They haven't been good since Jim Leland left.
Tell me all about your baseball team not being good. Tell me all about it. I'm a Pirates fan, a Pittsburgh Pirates fan.
I'm gonna die now. It's fine.
Screw you, Bob Nutting. For those of you listening, Bob Nutting is the owner of the Pirates.
Fine.
We hate him.
You know how I feel with Ford now, Mrs. Ford? Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well,
yeah.
Our
Mine's
team
dumber.
is.
At least, hey, has yours been to a championship game?
Ours won a couple championship games.
Oh.
We haven't been even in the conversation of one since the 70s, bud. Since the 70s.
Try 54.
Okay.
Yeah. Bam! The Lions suck worse than the Pirates.
No, we're literally an incubation team now. It's true. We think about it. We had oh my God, what's his name? I'm having those listening, I'm having a total brain fart. McCutcheon. Oh my God. I couldn't think of his name. I'm like, wait a minute. I just had his name in my head. What? McCutcheon. McCutcheon, fantastic outfielder. Great dude. Really good at batting. He got too good. We traded him. Guy didn't want to pay the money for him. So he traded him to Philly. I mean, it just happens. I can't, honestly, right now, I cannot tell you a single Pirates player. I don't pay attention enough anymore. And to put that in reference, every April we get Pirates tickets for my dad's birthday, and my whole family goes to a Pirates game. My family and my in-laws, we both go to the Pirates game.
Okay.
Can't tell you a single Pirates player right now. We don't, unless you're a diehard fan like this, like the Lions fans, unless you're a diehard fan, you don't know who's playing because they get traded. They get good, they get traded.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, not gonna lie, I've watched maybe 1 or 2 games this season with the Lions.
Yeah.
That's it. I watched when Stafford came back home, kicked their butts, and then I watched them get their butts kicked on Thanksgiving Day.
Again?
By Mitchell Trubisky.
Hey, better than Fields. Could have been Fields.
Yeah, but Fields is better quarterback than fucking Mitchell Trubisky. 100%. Sorry. I don't like Fields because of what school he came from, but...
What school?
I don't want to talk about it.
No. What school did he come from?
The unforsaken Buckeyes.
That's
Screw those Buckeyes, man.
Hey. Yeah, that's all right. We have as you know, I'm a Penn State fan just because, you know, A, it's in Pennsylvania, and B, my dad went to Penn State, my sister went to Penn State. So I'm by association, I'm a Penn State fan.
So if I say Pitt's better than Penn State, what's going to happen?
Cool story, bro. How often do they ever play? How often do those two teams ever play?
I don't know.
Not that often.
Oh, it's fine.
I went to a Pitt game though. I went to a Pitt game for free. So in case you watching or listening, I'm a veteran. I've served in the Army for 1 term, 3 years. So yeah, I got there was a gentleman who wanted to give away tickets to veterans, and so I went and saw. Bye, Mrs. Garkster.
Yeah, she's leaving. My
For
bad.
those listening, Mrs. Garkster is heading off to work. So I got to go to a game for free. I think it was 2019. Okay.
Me too.
So I don't know how much you watch college football.
Oh yeah, I watch college football. Honestly, I'd rather watch college football than the pros because I believe in college they're playing for a spot in the NFL. What are they playing for in the NFL?
Yeah.
Money that they already have.
If they're on a team, they're already getting a lot of money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why I like college ball a lot better because they're playing their damnedest to get on a spot.
Oh yeah. Well, this particular game was in 2019. It was Pitt versus Miami. Miami was supposed to annihilate us.
Yeah.
And I say us as in Pitt, University of Pitt.
Right.
James Conner was still on Pitt because he didn't graduate. He wasn't graduated yet, right? So he was still on Pitt's roster. I went to that game. Miami was supposed to absolutely annihilate Pitt. Pitt actually won.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yep, Pitt actually won.
Everybody
and their mother had the mark that they would lose.
Right? Yeah, happens.
Pitt won. It was great. What a great game to free college game to go to.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It was my first college game that I've ever went to. The second one ever was when Austin came down. Austin and Jeremy came down here, and we went to the Penn State versus Michigan.
Yeah.
So with being a Penn State fan and watching McSorley go to the Ravens.
Trace McSorley.
Let me tell you what, that was rough. That was rough to watch. That was a But so if you had to choose, like, what's your favorite sports? Like, obviously football, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So besides football,
do you watch hockey?
I'd say probably college hoops.
Really?
Yeah, I don't care to watch the NBA. College hoops, different story.
So you're a college fan?
Yeah, I do like a lot of the college sports, honestly.
Okay. I mean, hey, I don't blame you. Exactly for what you said earlier. They're fighting for a spot, so they can get seen by the pros. All
right. So one of the best games I've ever been to. Now, mind you, my grandfather gets state tickets, Michigan State tickets, every season. He gets 4 tickets every home game. So as a kid, I got to go to a lot of Michigan State games. My favorite game of all time was the Michigan State Miracle Hail Mary against Wisconsin.
Yeah.
If you have never seen it before, I was there in person when this happened. There was 4 seconds left on the clock. I can't remember who the quarterback was. I want to say Kirk Cousins. I think it was Kirk Cousins that was the quarterback. And there was 4 seconds left. They were on Wisconsin's 45-yard line. He throws the ball up. It gets batted, and I think it was our tight end that caught the ball and fell into the end zone for the game-winning touchdown with 4 seconds left, and that sent us to, I think it was to the Big Ten championship game.
Quarterback Kirk Cousins dropped back. Bought himself time and let the football fly as time expired in a play that would become one of the greatest moments in Michigan State football history. His 44-yard Hail Mary landed in the hands of wide receiver Keith Nickel.
Oh, that's who it was.
On the goal line for a stunning 37-31 upset victory over Wisconsin at Spartan Stadium. Replay reversed the call on the field, improving MSU to 6-1 near the end of October stretch that already included games against Ohio State and Michigan.
Yep, that was also the year that I believe we beat Ohio State too. But yeah, no, I was there for that game, and dude, when they reviewed, because like I said, they did review the call, and everyone, like, I mean, the whole stadium, dude, was absolutely silent. Like, you could hear somebody cough, and then soon as that ref went like that, it was loud as. I mean, I went deaf. We all lost our voices that night. We didn't leave for hours. I mean, it was probably one of the best games ever.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, I will never forget that game.
It's great to have those stories, you know, the ones where you'll never forget it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have something as good as that, but I know the feeling of being like, you'll never forget it. Again, through a veteran program,
right?
Veterans Leadership of Western Pennsylvania is what it's called. I got free tickets to go to, it was the 2019 season. Steelers versus the Carolina Panthers. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. At home, obviously. And we set a record. We tied a record and then set a new record as well. Tied the record for most touchdowns thrown for Ben.
Yep.
And
Didn't he have 7?
It was, the final score was like 52-14.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I gotta look it up because I'm pretty sure it was 52-14. Pitt Steelers versus Panthers. Steelers vs Panthers. 2019, I think it was. I'm almost positive. No, that can't be it. Maybe 2018? Yeah, November 8th. So it was 2018. I thought it was in 2019. Alrighty then. So November 8th, 2018, it was 52-21. It was nuts. I went to 2 games for free that season. I went to the Steelers versus Panthers. We set the record. The Steelers set the record for most points scored at home. 52 is the most points scored at Heinz Field.
Dang.
By the Steelers. And then he tied for most touchdowns thrown. Like, that's nuts. We crushed them, and it was great to watch. It was fantastic to watch. And then the other game that I went to, which I absolutely, everybody in the crowd was booing. Everyone. It was the Steelers versus the Chargers. That same season. We were tied. It was like 30-30. And we were tied. They tried to field goal 3 separate times because 3 separate times they called. Well, there's a lot of bad calls in that game and only one way.
Right.
The Chargers, their offensive linemen literally stood up and started to block, and then a whole second or two later, he snapped the ball. Not even kidding. It was clear cut. They scored a touchdown on that play.
Oh.
And they never called it. We're like, are you kidding me? He jumped a clear second before the ball was even snapped. I'm not even kidding. It was
right. Yeah.
Snap. How do you not see that? And then we fought back and tied it.
Right.
And then they want to kick a field goal. They called offside or false start on us. What did they call? They called some bull crap call on us, which got them closer. And then they did it again, which got them closer. They 3 separate times that guy got to kick that field goal.
Wow.
Missed the first 2, got the last one. That
Of course.
that won them the game. Yeah. Anyways, it is what it is.
It is what it is. It's fine.
All right, so we talked about the games what kind of games you like. We talked about sports that you like.
Yep.
Right. We're gonna switch it up. This is your choice. Remember, this is your choice.
Totally off topic.
Totally off topic. So, paranormal phenomenons.
Yes.
All right then. No. Being dead serious, I believe that they are a thing. I believe that they are. I believe there are certain things that happen that, sure, you can pick them up on certain, things, but people don't have a real, explanation on why it's happening.
You're not going to believe this, but the next time you come up, you got to remind me. I have actual video footage of something that cannot be explained. An apparition walking in front of a camera.
Okay. Listen, I actually was back in college. I was with a group of friends. And if they're watching this or listening to this, hey, what's up? We just got together and we were going to check out something, right? We were just going to go check out I forget what it was. But we were approached by, there's this house in my hometown that is 100%. There's some real shady shit associated with it.
Okay.
Like real shady shit associated with it. And so we went to check it out, right? All we were doing was looking at it from the sidewalk. And one of the neighbors approached us. Can I help you? And we're like, maybe. He's like, what are you doing looking at the house? And we're like, we were just looking at the house. It's a beautiful house. We were told about this. He's like, yeah, well, don't trespass. I will call the cops. I'm like, okay, sir. Whoa. We were just informed by this. We're from PIP. Pittsburgh Investigation of the Paranormal Phenomenon. PIP.
Okay, there you go.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Completely fake. It's not a real thing. PIP is not a real thing. We just came up with that name on the fly. Right? Completely on the fly. But, I mean, it was great. It was great. We've got stories. We've got, I mean, I don't have the files anymore, but we've got, so it's not that I don't believe you,
A lot of people don't, but,
to each their own. To each their own, right?
Yep.
I have a specific experience that I had. So it started when I was in the Army. The man in white is what I call him. Okay. So I had a lot of insomnia when I was in the Army, right? Just couldn't sleep. So what I would do is I'd stay up with my phone plugged in, charging, just watching YouTube videos or whatever.
Right.
And listening to music, calling people, whatever. And I'll never forget it. I was laying down. I was in my uniform. So I had my boots, my ACU bottoms, and just my shirt, my undershirt, right? So my ACU top was on the bedpost. And so I'm laying there. sitting. That's usually what I did is I would lay there. So I'm looking at YouTube. So I had my phone. I'm looking at YouTube like this, laying down. And all of a sudden, I see somebody approach from over here, right? Out of my view, I see him like approach and almost like go to hand me something. And I look, and it's this guy in white pants, white t-shirt, blonde hair, no facial hair, like these blue eyes. And he was bright, like a light was on him. And I look, I'm not even kidding. I look for like, he was there for like a second or two and then just gone. Just gone. And I'm like, what the heck? Now, this isn't the only time I've seen this dude. I saw him 2 more times while I was in the Army. Another like 4 times when I was in college. And then I saw him again at my work, my previous work.
Damn.
Yeah. Doesn't do anything.
He's
like, I'll just see him. Like, for example, when I was at work, I was working for a school district, and it was a brand new building. And I was walking past where our office was, like the one office in that specific brand new school.
Right.
And so where it is it's like, it's this wide open concrete floor, open concept above, so you can see the metal beams.
Right.
And so you walk down, and then it angles to walk straight again. So right in the corner of that is a hallway where it leads to our door. Okay, our door to our one workroom. Right. And I saw him in that hallway. I glanced over, saw him, and then he was gone. So that's my experience.
So, my experience, besides the video that I have,
Mhm.
which, by the way, that video that I do have was at my mother-in-law's old house
Mhm.
after my father-in-law passed away, not even a week after.
Okay.
We think it was him. But when I was younger, me and my brother were down in the basement at my grandparents' house out in Columbiaville. And that house was built in, I want to say, the 60s. I mean, it's old. And we were down in the basement playing darts and whatnot. And next thing you know, one of the basement doors that are down there slowly creaks open. You know, we think nothing of it. And then all of a sudden, we look over at the dartboard, and there's this shadow hand that starts creeping out of the fucking bedroom door that's down there. I was like, yeah, no. And then, so my brother throws the dart at it. The dart goes through the hand, and then all of a sudden, it's gone. Door flings open. We take off upstairs. And I was like, yeah, no, not happening.
Bye.
To this day, I will not go down in that basement. I'm
not even to investigate?
No. Well, maybe. I might do it.
Okay. So do you like to when you do hear stuff like that, do you like to investigate?
Sometimes.
Have you ever investigated?
Yeah, most of the time. Not most of the time. Now, when I was younger, hell no. I took off running, shitting myself. It's fun. But now, yeah, I'll try and figure out what that noise is and stuff like that. Like, I mean, in my apartment, every once in a while, I think it's the thing settling, but every once in a while, I hear footsteps in my bedroom. Nobody home. And it sounds like somebody's up there walking around. I'll go up there, and there's nothing up there.
Yeah.
And same thing with the boys' room. Like last week, Wyatt was up there using the bathroom, and he's just bawling his eyes out. Like, you can hear him screaming and crying and shit. So I go up there, try to figure out what's going on. And he says he hears somebody moving around in his bedroom. I look in the bedroom, there's nobody in there. The wife and James is down here. They've been down here the whole time. So,
oof.
Yeah, it's quite interesting.
See, back home, there's stories about Crum Cemetery.
Right.
CRUM. Crum Cemetery.
So what you're telling me is you need me to come out there and we'll go check it
out? As long as there's not police.
Okay. Ooh.
State forest rangers will park their car there.
It's that bad?
Because people try to investigate, yeah.
Wow.
Yep. It's said that you can park your car there, and when you go out, we were able to show up once. When you show up, there's you can hear kids. So the story is, I don't know. There's a bunch of different stories. You know how it is. Right. With anything like that, there's going to be a crap ton of stories.
Yeah.
Multiple different stories. You don't know which one's right.
Right.
But there's a couple different stories. The one story is there used to be a small village there, Crumb Village. There's like I said, there's multiple different stories. It used to be Crumb Village, like there was a little village there, and it was mostly mostly family, the Crumb family. And the people came in thinking they were doing witchcraft, and so they locked them in and burnt the house down.
Wow.
Another story is that they weren't witches, or weren't doing witchcraft, but an accident happened that burned the whole town down. A lot of kids died in it. Most of the stories involve the kids dying because it is said, so it's a dirt road to get to it. That's a whole nother experience in itself. Us trying to get to it. Have you ever heard of a time loop?
Yes.
Okay. So, again, believe it or not, it's up to you. Could have been a random car. So we're driving along. It's a dirt road. In order to get to where we needed to be, it's nothing but dirt roads.
Right.
Now, out in that section, it's rumored to have a lot of KKK.
Oh.
Right? It's rumored. Right. But it's a lot of people with AKs, like AK-47s.
Right, yeah.
You get one warning shot, you have like 10 seconds to leave, and if you don't, they'll shoot it. I heard shots before. Never encountered something like that though. So I can't say if that's true or not. But regardless, the point is it's a dirt road to get out to where you're going.
Right.
The whole way. So we're driving, right? We're driving to get out there. And we see these taillights ahead of us. We see this dust kicking up, and we see taillights because it was dark. We went at night. Right. And we see these taillights ahead of us. And we're like, okay, cool. That's weird. This is a dirt road. Not too many people travel this road. So we started picking up speed, and we see that they pick up speed. I'm like, what the heck? We get up to where we rounded a hill.
Right.
We get over the hill, no dust in the air, no car. No car. Like there's no pull off, because if you pull off, you hit fence.
Right.
There's fence on either side. So like they didn't pull off. There's no turn. There's no road to turn off on. No taillights.
Just gone.
Just not there. Might have just booked it and the dust already settled.
There's no way, because dust could take a couple minutes to settle.
Could have. Like we weren't really close to them. We were a good, 100 feet from them, but it was enough that the dust was still in the air when we were driving.
Yeah.
From them.
Exactly.
Again, so we come around, right? I accidentally made a right, and I should have made a left. So we cycled back around, and then we went back onto that road again.
Right.
Okay. So we're going, and I look in the rear view, and there's headlights. There's headlights behind us. And I'm like, again, this is not that traveled of a road.
Right.
So we drive along. I'm like, okay, I don't want this person to follow, so I start booking it. Around the same hill, we keep going. Headlights are gone.
What?
So what we were thinking is, what if that was like a time loop? The taillights we saw were mine.
Yep.
And the headlights we saw
yours
were mine.
That's fucked up, man.
But again, if you're listening, if you're watching, whatever, it could have been a car way ahead of us. Just booked it because they didn't want to get followed either, and the dust had just settled by that time. Could have. I can understand that it could have been that. And the car behind us could have just been a car. Maybe they were out spotting deer, so they pulled off to the side of the road and turned their headlights off so they could spot with deer. Right?
Illegal.
No, it's not.
It is here.
Oh, it's not illegal to spot deer out here.
It is in Michigan.
Yeah, out here, you plug it into your cigarette lighter and shine that spotlight out in the field. Yeah, not illegal.
There is one way to prove it. You got to go back down that road, and then when you see the headlights, flick your brights on and off repeatedly. Ooh. If it does it, it works. And if you see the taillights, tap your taillight brakes. And if they, because your taillights will brighten up.
No, if I see the headlights behind me, tap my brakes.
No. Flick. If you see the headlights behind you, flick your headlights, your high beams. So that way, if it is your headlights, your high beams will be flashing on and off. So if it is your car that you see your headlights behind you, your high beams will be flashing on and off.
Well, no. It'd be the other way. So if I see a car ahead of me, I want to flash my high beams.
No,
if they're ahead of me, because think about it. The first time we went through, the car was ahead of us.
Right, and you saw the taillights, right?
Right. So if
you hit your brakes.
So if I flash my high beams, the next time we come through, when I see the headlights behind me, I'll see them flash.
I thought you were saying that you were seeing it at the same time.
No.
What I'm saying is
first time through
your taillights.
Yes, the first time through, we saw the taillights ahead of us. Second time through, we saw the headlights behind us.
Right.
So the first time I go through and I see taillights, I want to flash my high beams real quick. So that way, the second time through, when I'm looking behind me, I'll see the headlights.
See, but how is it that maybe you're actually looking as it's already going? You see what I'm saying? Like if you're going forward, the car.
How about I'll flash my high beams? I'll flash my high beams and tap my brakes at the same fucking time.
There you go.
Problem solved. Problem solved. But anyways, back to Crumb Cemetery. So the story is that the little village burnt down.
Got burnt up.
And there's a cemetery still there. And the story goes that, again, being the dirt road to get to it, your car's covered in dust, right? So when you go and you park, whenever you go and you visit, you'll hear giggling, like very, very, very faint. Almost to the point where you're like, you don't even think it is. According to the stories.
Right.
According to the stories. But then whenever the car parks, your car's parked, you're out, right? You go back to the car, there's little handprints all over it. Little kids' handprints all over it. That's how the story goes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I'd like to do, though. Travel and try and investigate shit. I think that'd be fun.
So ghost hunters actually came to my hometown to investigate.
Yeah.
The Arcadia Theater.
Oh.
They have camera footage of a bolted, is it like a coat rack or something? Something bolted to the wall. They have video of it just coming clean off the wall.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's why I like watching Ghost Adventures.
So they visited for the Arcadia Theater and then the Wimber Hotel. It's a bar downstairs, but then there's a hotel upstairs. People say stuff happens.
Right.
And it doesn't help that Blair Murphy. This dude bought I can't even remember what the name of his hotel is. Blair Murphy, Winber, PA. Grand Midway Hotel. That's it. The Grand Midway Hotel in Winber, my hometown, is in the Guinness Book of World Records.
For what?
The largest usable Ouija board.
Damn.
Dude painted a giant Ouija board on the roof of the Grand Midway Hotel. Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart.
Largest usable Ouija board. Do. World's largest Ouija board, Winber, PA. That's one of the first things. Images. Here's the image. It's with Guinness's official. This is uploaded by Guinness. Oops, sorry. I'm recording. I know that I'm not going to use their audio. I'm just pulling up the link. I'll share the link with you. And those listening, I'll make sure to put it in the description. A link to it. But there you go.
Yeah, I'll check that out in a minute.
Yeah. Enjoy that.
So yeah, no, the best thing that happened to us, like closest to me, paranormal wise, is the Ghost Adventures came to Mackinac Island to investigate the Grand Hotel.
Yeah.
There's a whole floor, like you can go there now. There's a whole floor sectioned off in the Grand Hotel that nobody's allowed to be on.
Why?
There's things that happen. I think there's 3 different rooms on that floor that people have reported getting attacked violently throughout the night. So they just said, screw it, and they shut down that whole floor. Like, you can even go in the elevator, and they took off the button for that floor. You cannot go to that floor unless you have a key.
Wow.
And you ask the people there that work there, they said that they don't even like going on that floor. They hate it.
Oof. That's rough. So you said you'd like to investigate. If you could choose one place to go and investigate, what would you choose?
Honestly, anywhere would be fine with me. But if there was one place that I could choose without having to worry about collapsing on me, it would be here in the town that I live in. There is underground tunnels that run all over throughout the city. One of the schools that is a middle school now used to be an asylum. And it had, I want to say 6 different buildings throughout the city. And they had tunnels that would go through the whole city that would link to each one of them. And they say that the tunnels are so bad that if you go in there, it will collapse almost instantly. It's got an opening and a railroad track over here. And there's also an entrance over here at the morgue or at the cemetery.
Obviously, probably locked.
No.
They're not
just
locked
blocked
down?
off. No, it's only blocked off. You literally can just move the shit and go in if you want.
Wow.
Yeah. But nobody wants to go down there because, all the mold that's probably down there, the slightest noise could probably have it collapse. But yeah, if I could go in there, like at the middle school, if you're there at nighttime, I've been there once at nighttime because my grandma used to work for the school board. So I'd be able to go into the schools and whatnot because she'd have to do some stuff.
Yeah.
I've been there one time at the middle school, and I tell you what, it sounded like there was a whole class going on. That's how much noise was happening. And nobody was there. The janitor had gone home. It was just me and my grandmother. and it sounded like people were running up and down the hallways. It sounded like people were playing basketball in the fucking gym. Like, I mean, it was loud.
That's nuts. See, I'd like to, I don't know. I'd like to think I would do fine. You know, I'd like to think I would do fine investigating, going somewhere and
extra pairs of clothes just in case I shit myself.
Legit though, like I don't know. There's places that you can go to like there's places you can go to stay the night at. They'll let you stay the night.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know how I would do.
All depends.
Yeah, it all depends. So, well, good sir. I appreciate you hopping on.
Yeet.
This is definitely an interesting. This was a first. It's a first.
Interesting set of topics. It's
interesting set of topics.
Hey, you know what? I gotta be the oddball. It's all right. Yeah. Get it? Climbable. Huh?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Garkster for you.
You're welcome.
But good sir, I do appreciate you hopping on.
Yeah,
this has been fun. Yeah, we'll definitely have to have a follow up. We'll have to have a follow up on this.
Part 2?
Part 2.
Part 2. Okay.
Part 2.
Part 2.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna be it for me. Mr. Garkster, what you got working on? There's a segment at the end of my interviews. I like to ask people what they've got that they're working on.
What do you mean? Are you talking?
Jack, get down, bud.
What do I have plans, or what do I want to do in the near future?
So I know you stream.
Right.
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 So where can people find your stream?
Mr._Garkster.
Do you stream on YouTube? Do you stream on Facebook? Do you stream on Twitch?
Twitch, obviously. Twitch is the best working one, I would say.
So twitch.tv/Mr._Garkster.
Correct.
Okay. Do you have any other projects you've been working on? Anything else you want the audience to know?
Hoover. I got Hoover that's in beta. That counts.
So hover.gg.
Yeah.
And then search for Mr._Garkster.
Correct.
All right. Well, good sir. I appreciate it. I appreciate you hopping on, spending time with me.
Gotta leave it.
For those listening, he just stuck his tongue out.
Damn right. Love you guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for an interview with Mr. Garkster. I shall catch you on the next one. Bye, everyone. So I hope you liked the video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share it with a friend, share it with your family. That lets me know that you enjoyed the content that I put out there. That lets me know what you want to see. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you on the next one.